Hello, hello, and welcome back. After that last great run that I kind of destroyed on my own, I'm going to take full credit for that. Still think it's bullshit how it ended, but oh well, I should have been more careful. So, speaking of that, let me turn on the song. Just say, this splash screen is ominous. I do not want to meet any Hydras this soon. So, this is going to be me, well, playing more, but I think I'm going to finally start doing a bit shorter episodes. It's really starting to be hard to render all of these. Well, not really render, upload all of these larger videos, because my internet is kind of crap. So I'm going to be, from now on, trying to keep the episodes between 30 and 40 minutes. That being said, let's go on. First of all, like always, I can hopefully just tab through everything. Nothing here should really be a threat, unless I find one of the uniques this early. But that seems fairly unlikely. Speaking of which, no unique, but this guy hit me really hard. So I'm going to try to stare ends a bit. Didn't think I'll need to do it so soon, but hey, I'd rather not lose another run this early. I should be able to do that. I was. Since apparently from time to time I can just kind of get one space away. Because, I don't know, weird way the game works in this. I should be able to, from time to time, also do a stab like that. And that worked out. So I'll grab int and keep going. Speaking of which, last time I learned spellcasting. Don't train it. Unless you're a spellcaster, it has no use for you. Well, that's a magical cloak. +1 cloak. That means 2 AC. 3 AC? Huh. Oh well, I'll take it. Awesome. That's actually... Ooh, and a ring. Well, Will's good against casters. I guess I won't be getting confused by orc wizards. Can I even get confused by them? I think I can. Anyway, well, that's a really good floor 1, considering the items I just got. And of course I'm already level 3, which is my benchmark for the first floor. So, let's not tap into a bunch of enemies. I probably could survive if I did, considering they're pretty weak enemies, but let's not risk it. I have learned I need to play with more caution. But I will not be more cautious about my scrolls. Cast them all. Ooh, enchant weapon. Nice. Ooh. A sharp. I could save my money. But I think buying one of each of these scrolls while they're unidentified is a real good deal. Because they could be a scroll of acquirement. It's not. Acquirement. It's not. But the scroll of mapping would have cost a lot more. Why am I running? Yeah, I brought myself in a bad situation on my own. Good. Salvage it. Didn't get hit and punished. Anyway, as I'm going to say, if that scroll of mapping had been bought when I knew it was a scroll of mapping, it would have costed a lot more than it did. So, hey, good that I did get it. Beckoning. Let me see my first spellbook. Beckoning isn't that good. Manifold Assault isn't. It's translocation spells, and translocations aren't really a thing that you do when you Formicid. And as you saw last time, as soon as you get sufficiently heavy armor, you really stop being able to cast a lot. Ring of Slaying. Now that means we essentially have a +4 to hit and +4 to damage. We're going to be able to kill enemies really easy now. That's one of the best ring you can get as a fighter this early. Not quite good. Well, AC is probably still better, especially for something like a troll, which is the other thing I really play. But slaying is like the second best thing. Of course, there are things like, what are they called? Poison resistance. which is also really good. I could swear I just saw something here. One moment. What was right here? Did I imagine it? Ah, yeah, I did imagine it. But I saw a magical glove, but I did not. Here we have a bad way to enter the floor. I know I have a lot of damage, but I do not want to fight all of these at once. So do I risk it and go down here? Don't think so. This is one I already know. So let's keep trying to get to that rushing water while I can. Oh, good thing I did. This other entrance that I just took was right to the rushing water, which is, well, perfect. I don't think, if I stayed and fought those gnolls down there, pretty sure I would have eventually, well, either died, had to go up, down, stair dance to be able to kill them, and wasted all my time, well, without being able to actually get here. So here we have a snake. Did not want to activate this scroll. Alright, I identified all my things here, so I know what I'm drinking if I need to. Which, considering it is a red enemy, I will probably have to. One more hit. Drinking my curing potion. Ooh, that seems to be enough. Curing potions, well, give poison, give HP. Hopefully that's enough. Ooh, this is such a good one. 2 scrolls, an enchanted glove, +1 AC. We have another cloak, which is just +1 again, so no reason to pick it up. Magical robes, which don't matter, and a artifact ring, which is +4 strength, poison resistance, flight. Poison resistance is really good. We want that. Flight passively is awesome. Means when we're in water, we still get a penalty, but we didn't. Oh well, still means good things for us. And +4 strength just means more damage. So that's a really good ring we just got. Could have been a lot better. It was like our poison, our cold, our fire, or electric, whatever. If it was a pure resistance ring, it would have been even better. But even so, currently the thing we found is probably better in the short term. Scroll of Silence means no one can cast spells around us. Short term and generally negative. But since we're probably going to be pure melee fighters, that's going to be pretty useful in the long term if you find more. So let's just keep exploring. This is a really good magical polearm. 2 magical polearms, if I can see correctly. Yes, so we have a halberd of +0 freezing and a spear of +2 venom. Now this is a good pick. Venom or halberd? This is much harder to hit but much higher damage. This is much better to hit but much lower damage. I think I'll pick up both. Go for the ice one. It's a lot more damage, therefore probably a lot better. But against certain enemies that resist ice, it's a lot worse, which is why I picked up both. Then again, most enemies that resist ice also resist, well, poison, like undead and ice beasts, but still, take what you can. Nothing good here. I did get another few potions I want to identify. Haste and lignification. I can just drop the haste one. It's useless for me. Ooh, that's a room full of enemies. And lava? A lot of enemies. A lot of poison enemies, which sucks, but... well... not for me when I have poison resistance. And also really good weapon. Speaking of which, since I have a cold weapon, I believe that's super effective against most reptiles. Oh, that is a Xom Shrine. And speaking of which, I will just go there in a moment. because I think that's the first one of those that we saw for now. So in case you didn't know, you in the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup can get a whole dungeon or mini spell. Not a dungeon. You can get a mini set piece with special items, like, well, many others that you saw, and sometimes it can include a ghost of former use. In this case, one of me's that, well, had a lot of good stuff. They're ghosts, so they're resistant to ice, so they suck and they're very dangerous. They say they lied to you. The dungeon just goes down and down forever. It doesn't. Dude, it's floor 4. Ooh, another ring. A flight. We already have a flight ring. In a better flight ring at that, so who cares? Another ring. It's intelligence. Kind of useless for us. Probably pretty useless. Wizardry would have maybe been acceptable if I found a good spellbook. That I could probably use that then early on. But int is just useless. I do want my int to be around 10 because there are enemies that drain your stats. So you don't want it to be too low or you're going to get stat drained to death. But not more than that. Though I'm surprised I still haven't met a Shrine of Okawaru. Normally those are common. And what's it called? Ooh, another set piece. With another ghost of me. Awesome. Let's just kill all of these. This guy has a poisonous dagger. And the magic law. +2 scale mirror of cold resistance. Well, well, well. If everything isn't turning up Millhouse. Let me peer into here. There is a +6 ring of dexterity. Oh, and hidden properties. I thought so. I was really confused. It's definitely a artifact by the look of it. So I'm surprised it's just +6. Lognu is one of the gods. But yeah, there's no way I can get in here. Darepnum. I don't know a Darepnum. Demigod Fighter. I guess that's one of the predetermined ghosts you can get. Oh well. Definitely going to have to remember to go back here when I'm a few levels higher. The enemies in there didn't look too scary other than the big guy right there, the ghost. Speaking of which, flight allows me to go over deep water. Hip hip hooray. Also I got a Scroll of Holy World. Wow. Holy Word. Which is really good against ghosts, so that alone would probably get me to clear that mini dungeon. Especially since there's also ghosts in there, which are also weak against that. But no need to rush into there. Probably like to keep the scroll when I'm in one of the dangerous hell or undead themed late game dungeons. So no need to use such a valuable consumable this early on. Alright, this is pretty much it for the floor. I did get another scroll, which is Enchant Armor. Should probably enchant my cloak to +2. Armor, the scales would have been good as well, but I'm more likely to replace those. Let's see what book I got here. It's... not that good. Pain is the best one. Shock's alright. Everything else is too high to even consider right now. Too high a level to consider right now. Ooh, that's Maggie. Maggie can be dangerous. That's a good shop. That's a trinket shop. Ooh, in this case, well, jewelry shop. This case, it has 3 rings, 3, well, necklaces. The rings are alright. Proctric's really the best one. But 2 artifact necklaces. It's really good. This one actually sucks. Spirit and +2 dex isn't good at all. Spirit itself is alright, but not great. Faith, slow. Not quite sure what the slow brand does. Is it if you unequip it? One moment. I actually googling this. brands, and let me see. Slow. No, I can't see it. Yeah, what exactly does that do? Wow. Oh, right. It can randomly slow you, but we're a Formicid. We cannot get slowed. Oh, that's nice. So essentially we have a faith necklace that gives us 3 pips of RN, a pip of regen, and -3 dex. That's a really extremely good one for us. So yeah, I think I'll be buying that. But first, let's find our god, Okavaru. There he is. I don't have to keep searching this, well, pocket branch, but I like just having it all searched. So let's keep going. Also, let's go back to the shop. Make sure, where is it? To mark it as a. Now mark the shop as something I would like to, the item as something I'd like to buy. So in case I do get enough money, the game is going to notify me. Notify me. Man, I have to work on my pronunciation. Sorry, if anyone... Oh, fuck. If people haven't noticed yet, English is not my first language. Ah, shit. She mesmerized me. That means I can only go towards her. Well, I don't have range for that. I'm going to acid staff, and do the same thing she's going to do to me. Attack from a distance. Flame. She used a flame wand, which really doesn't matter to me. Ooh, fire spell actually kind of hurt. She's draining me. Yeah, she's winning this slugging match right now. Did hit her, but I think I'll drink the healing wounds potion. And I think I'll just use the rest of my cast of this of my acid wand. So it's a +2 glaive of draining. Also +0 dragon scales, but they don't matter. So glaive of draining, it's worse than my +0 halberd in terms of actually being able to, well, deal damage, because, well, freezing is an actual damage brand. Draining isn't. Draining against enemies isn't really that good. But glaives are 15 damage at -3, just like halberds. So it has a better base damage and it's +2. Yeah, I think I'll be switching over to it. Manakura, that can be scary, but thankfully it ended up not being that worrisome. Speaking of which, now that I have some, well, wands I'd like to use and some invocations from Oka, I should probably start training everything. I'll switch it to like this. So I'm really putting all my XP into my defensive skills. I could probably also put more skills into stealth, but stealth's at +3 for Formicids. It's going to go up really fast either way, so no need to worry about it. Flight really coming in handy in that room. And I think I'll read brand weapon. Yes, I'd like my glaive to switch to a different brand. Protection, that's much better. Protection can essentially give me extra prot. It's not a good damage one, but it's a really good defensive one. With all of that, I think I am ready to go fight the ghost. No. I could, but I want Oka's ability before I do that. I want to get heroism up and running. Like that. So I could go now. I think I'll finish this floor because I'm already here. And might as well get another level before I try my luck. Let's yell. Oh no. No, 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 no. This guy can harpoon me. And ooh, bring him next to him. Whew, managed to escape. Herald is a really scary elite. If he gets you while there's a few enemies around, he can absolutely ruin your day. And I don't really see any way to get further in this dungeon without passing the point where Herald was. So I'm going to go upstairs to the ghost, hope Herald moves on while I'm doing this shit. So first let's actually beat the ghost of Cooler. So for me, on a higher floor, that one should be easier. Right, it's here I believe. It's still red. It is actually still red. He has 85% chance to avoid me. Right, this guy's, for some reason, really tough. Yeah, I think I'll actually go fight this guy. He seems easier, honestly. Alright, where is he? I want to see the ghost. I want to make sure I'm not misremembering just how powerful it was. Come on, game, come on. There he is. He's still red. He has 90% chance to dodge. Yeah, I think I can deal with him. So, go in. Instantly cast Heroism. So now I have extremely good stats. And now I do a reposition. I think I'm fine to just do an acid shot. Kill one demon. And try to kill this guy. Good. That did the job. So, that mini dungeon cleared. Let's check the ring I just got. It was a ring of R electric, R corrosion, intelligence, dexterity, minus stealth. Yeah, that's a good ring. I don't think I'm going to actually remove my ring of slaying for that though. Mainly due to the fact that slaying is much better when, I'm not dealing with exactly electric and corrosion. But eventually I will switch over to that ring permanently. Resistances are straight up better. Not to mention having resistance to electric and corrosion is great. And also if I just meet a slime or an electric enemy, I can just, switch over to this ring temporarily. So let's keep going. Now going to have to go to the floor with Herald and hope he went away. He did, and there he is. Well, don't really have much of a choice. He also marked me. Now, being marked is not something I'm going to take while fighting him. Being marked means I'm going to have to be in melee with him. Being marked means that he can actually just kind of wreck you. He gets a huge bonus to hit, and now I'm screwed. Oh, heroism ran out. Fuck. That's unfortunate. I'm going to reapply and hope I don't die. Going to try to hit him and succeed. Hit the orc. Hit the orc. Keep missing. Hit the imp. Ooh, survived. So, there was a big mistake there for me. Heroism ran out and I didn't notice. And I really should have been on the ball about that. Thankfully, I wasn't punished, but very easily could have been. So, reminder to not let your guard down, even if you think you are. Stormform is really good if we are any kind of caster, which we are not. Also, I should have done this earlier. None of these potions would have been useful, but if I randomly drank the Berserk potion hoping for it to be something else, that would have been bad. Scroll of Immolation is great though. Good thing I found it. Or I found what one of them is. Ooh, starting to get a bit of a hiccups. And I forgot to mention, but as you can currently see, my AC is 21 due to my glaive. When it isn't active, it's 14. So the glaive, it essentially gives me +7 when the effect procs, which is really good. Ooh, I hate this guy. This bee can not only always follow you, but it can slow you and it can paralyze you. Which we can get slowed and paralyzed, I believe. Right? One moment. I'm feeling I'm forgetting this. You cannot be hasted, slowed, berserk, paralyzed. Well, apparently those bees don't even matter to a Formicid. Awesome. Manual of Stealth. That's a really good money sink if we don't have anything else to spend it on. Manual of Stealth will essentially put my stealth learning skills from +3 to +7, which means I'm going to be a really stealthy guy for a really low cost of XP. Anyway, where is the way down? There's 3 of them. Right, here they are. Ooh, another elite. That's Erika. Erika isn't that scary in my experiences, but still, I do not want to fight her when she's still red, if I have the choice. Which, well, I do. I just have to avoid her, which I did. Especially since she was sleeping, so she's not patrolling at the moment. It's good for me. Now I have to watch out that my auto-explode doesn't just take me to her. Doesn't seem to be doing so. Ooh, that's... Orcs with proper armor are scary, and going into this unexplored part to hide from them could have been a really bad move. Ooh, a ring of protection. There is an argument that I should drop the slaying for protection, order our poison, but I don't think I will. High prot is good, but not good enough for me to do so. Now, if I drop it here, put the protection on, and go fight Erika, that might just be worth it. She does have a Venom Bolt though, which if it hits me, well, I really would have liked to have my... what's it called? Poison resistance ring. Yeah, I think poison resistance is better, and I'll just keep skipping Erika. Alright, let's go here. Nothing interested in this part. And now Erika has woken up. Well, if anything, we shall fight her when we're in melee, which worked out great. She had essentially no armor. Wow, this guy wrecked me. Probably ended up staying in Steam Top for a bit too long. Ooh, there's quite a few yaks here. Yaks can be scary if they surround you and in sufficiently large numbers, sufficiently early, but there's currently barely any of them, so, well, who cares? Anyway, let's discuss the state of the game for now. I'm doing really good. I have a weapon, unlike last time, an actually good weapon. Unlike last time, I have a much better weapon, which is what I mean to say. I don't have as good of a armor, even at this point, I believe. But everything else is probably better, which is really good. Now, I kind of want to buy some of the potions here. Lignification potions are great, so are healing and curing potions. But I do still want to save money for my necklace, the necklace I saw. I mean, I still have no necklace, so any necklace would be great. And that one in particular that I found would be really great. So let's check this weapon shop. Halberd of plus protection. Freaking Scythe of +3 flames. Scythes aren't actually good. They have -4 accuracy, so they're worse than both halberds and glaives. And they have 14 damage, which are better than halberds, but worse than glaives. But they have a really bad base attack delay. Essentially, they're really slow to attack. Which, well, to be fair, glaives are also slow. 1.7 compares to 1.5 of halberds, or 1.3 from tridents, or 1.1 from spears. But scythes really aren't worth it. They're one of the biggest scams in terms of items. They seem like they would be better than a lot of other items. They really aren't. Still, if you find a really good one, well, it's worth to go with scythes. this is actually a really interesting one. I am kind of worried against the enemies here, so I will, as a matter of fact, activate Heroism. But as the game said at the beginning, you might have seen it, we have a battle arena, in particular in this portal. And it is a portal of, in this case, halberd enemies, which is extremely good for us. Because, well, we have a halberd, well, the spear enemies, which means all these spear enemies that are going to be here as well, especially ones that might have a magical spear, will just be a free weapon for us. But there is very likely to be an orc knight amongst them, which there is, which we are not quite ready to fight, but with heroism and finesse, we should be fine. Though I failed to cast finesse, and I failed again. There we go, and now I succeeded, but the orc hit me. Thankfully, I managed to kill him. Whew. Also, well, you could see it pretty soon, but since this place always has at least one orc knight, it's also very likely to have some magical armor. So if we manage to find better magical armor than we currently have, that would be quite useful as well. Alright, I think there is 2 possibly orc knights. So I don't think I will need to go with another finesse cast. I think just a heroism cast is enough, provided I first use acid. Nope. There we go. If you hit enemy with acid, sometimes they will get an acid debuff, which will cause them to have lower AC temporarily. And that should be enough for me to beat an orc knight, even if he's red. Also, I totally forgot, Bardicious are also a type of spear weapon. -6 to accuracy, 18 damage, 1.9 base delay. Do you see that there's still better base delay than sights? And of course better damage, but worse accuracy. Sights are really bad. Really fun, but really bad. Here we have a Wall of Floods. It's alright, especially since we can fly, but kind of useless. Oh, one moment. Sorry about that. I temporarily stopped the recording because someone came into the room. I apologize. Probably going to end the episode soon, but ooh, there's another orc knight here. Didn't expect to meet another one here. And the guy's asleep. Well, let's try with a few casts of this. Actually succeeded. Good thing is I have flight, so I can just go over the lava and laugh at him. Alright, that should be enough. And I am losing a melee. I died! He attacked twice in a row? What the? He attacked me twice in a row. And then it's a red enemy, but I destroyed one at much higher HP without issues. Guess I should have heroismed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my stupidity. Well, that's the episode. Goodbye, and another sad run later.